Hello, I am Laurie Letzo, and I am your QuickBooks Online Biz Insight Guide. And I am here to help you today to finish up our little two-part series on QuickBooks Online Basics for Accounts Receivable. Okay, so let's get started. I have a sample company open, and this is Ann's Advertising Agency. So I'd like to continue with the discussion about customers. All right, so in the first part of our video, we talked about invoicing, estimates, receiving payment, and bank deposits. So right now, I would like to talk to you about these other items that come up in our businesses that we need to be aware of. So the first thing I want to talk about is a sales receipt. I'm going to click on that, and that's going to take us to a place where we can record money that we are receiving right away. Okay, so we are going to record, all right, we're going to record money that we receive from our customer, Bill's Windsurf Shop, okay, and we're going to say what we received. We received the check, okay, the check number, and we're going to put in here the services that we performed for this particular customer. All right, and we gave him some awesome advertising design services, and we gave him, let's see, we gave him 4 hours there, and then we did some more work on this day, and we did another 3 hours, and we did some more work on the following day, 1 hour, okay, and there we go. Okay, so we have our sales receipt put together here. So we're basically, in our first video, we talked about create the invoice and then receive the payment. Here what we're doing is we're doing it all in one fell swoop. So we are receiving, so we're creating an invoice and receiving the payment in one record called the sales receipt. Okay, so this money goes directly into our undeposited funds. There's no need for us to go in and say receive payment later. All right, so we're gonna save and close that. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is we're going to go to the plus and create. Now we're going to create a refund, okay? So that's a part of our business. We don't always like it, but sometimes it happens, and you know we are prepared for that. All right, so we have a refund from Bill, for Bill. He basically 2 hours of our work, we are refunding as the project was adjusted to include 2 hours less as he was taking on more of the project himself. Okay, so we are going to put that in there. Now, if we had a contract agreement, that necessarily wouldn't happen, but sometimes we have these not to exceed contracts, and we say, okay, we'll do it in 10 hours, but maybe we get it done in 8 hours, and they prepay us, which is good. We want our customers to prepay us. So that's the case here. We got a prepayment, and now we need to refund it. Okay, so we're going to refund it by check from the checking account. I'm going to put it where we originally coded the service, and we're going to refund 2 hours of that back to him. Okay, so the refund is going to be for that amount, for the $150. Okay, so we can go ahead and print this, print preview, And this says that our refund was successfully issued. Okay, good. And we can go ahead and send that email or send that refund receipt, email that to our customer. Okay, then we just hit save and close, and it is done. It is now recorded on our books. All right, perfect. Let's move along here on the plus side. So we have a sales receipt, and we have a refund receipt. Now let's talk about these two items. They're a bit obscure, but you know, they're worth noting. So I want to talk about the delayed charge. Okay, we're going to go in there and create a delayed charge. I'm going to create it for Mr. Rodriguez. Okay, and we have an account with him, and we are putting in our information here for our design services, because every month we have agreed to give him 1 hour of service, and sometimes we will give him an additional 2 hours. So it's either 1 hour or 2 hours, okay? And in this case, the terms that we have with the customer is that, you know, they will choose which one that they want to receive, okay? So we have an automatic 1 hour that we have set up, we will be setting up, or 2 hours, all right? So let's go ahead and record the 1 hour. All right, we'll go back to the same customer. And we will record 2 hours. All right, so we have 2 delayed charges here. So what we're saying is the customer has an option every month to record, the customer has an option to use 1 hour or an additional bonus of 2 hours of our services every month. Now, if the customer chooses both, that's 3 hours, okay? So we're building this in our books as a delayed charge. However, we're not using it yet because the terms of the agreement that we have with this customer specify that the customer will notify us, hopefully via email. Email would be best. Also, it would be good to attach those terms of the contract here in the attachment box. Very helpful for looking back upon these records. I'm going to save and close. All right. Now here's a really cool feature. I'm going to go here to the plus icon, and now fast forward. We are after the month of September, and now we're going to come in here to our customer, and automatically it shows up these charges. So we said, okay, well, for this particular month, he did use this service of 1 hour, but he did not use this service, okay? So for September, we're going to make him due on receipt. For September, he just used the 1 hour of service. Okay, so we're going to save. Great. All right, now we're going to close. Now we're going to fast forward again. We're going to go back in and create an invoice. And we're going to do our same customer. Okay, and this time he's due on receipt. This is the following month of October. Okay. And we are going to add 2 hours that he used at the end of the month. So when you do monthly billing, this is a good way for you to catch up, okay? So he did tell us that he was only using 1 hour additional services, and then in this case, he used an additional 2 at the end of the month. So we got him caught up in the next month's billing. All right, so that's a good feature for that. We're gonna save and close. So now we have the 2 invoices in for him. Okay, and let's go back to our create. And the other creation here would be a delayed credit, and that would work similar to a charge. if you were building in a credit, let's say the customer, you allowed them a refund policy of a certain amount of whatever you were allowing them, you could create a delayed credit and it would work the same way as a delayed charge, only you're giving them money. You would be taking money off the invoice. Okay, so great. That kind of sums it all up for our accounts receivable. I want you to bring your attention here to the search bar. This is a real good feature for if you want to look at the most recent transactions that you did. So we can come back here and look at our refund receipts. It shows the last, half a dozen transactions, and it's just a kind of a quick way for you to go in and look at your recent transactions, okay? I also like in here, I go to the search, I go advanced search, and I can go to all transactions. I can click on an amount, and perhaps I want to look at anything for the amount of $150. Okay, and it will bring me all the items that had associated with $150. You can search by other items, which are very handy. You can search by customer, by reference number, description, service date. It's real, even by check number. So it's a real handy feature. I like that. Alrighty, so we are looking pretty good with our accounts receivable. So we have a good understanding of how everything works with our customers. We know where sales is here. We have all of our invoices, our customers, products and services would be for inventory. We didn't really cover the inventory. This QBO Basic for accounts receivable is set up for professional services, specifically for advertising agencies. Okay, so you can also go back in here and you can search the customer that you are looking for and see all the transactions relating to that customer's record. Great. So we are going to say that this is the end of this QBO Basic. All right, for accounts receivable. Thank you again for joining us and allowing us to help you learn receivables for your business. Alrighty, and stay tuned. If you have any comments, questions, or any future videos that you'd like to see from us, please put them below. All right, we'll get back to you, and please stay tuned to future episodes. We've got more coming. All right, this is Laurie Letzo, your Biz Insight guide for QuickBooks Online.